Eric Henry here, Billings, Montana. I decided to go ahead and take that Archoil Challenge from PowerstrokeHelp.com, the shop down in Missouri. And so today we're going to go over some things about my truck and do this Archoil Challenge. As I said, I'm here in Billings, Montana, and you might be able to tell it's a little snowy right now. This here's my truck. It's a 2001 Ford F-250 Super Duty. It's been nicknamed Super Crunchy, as you can probably tell from the cab and over here on the fender too. So anyway, Super Crunchy is a 2001 F-250. It's got a 7.3 Power Stroke with an automatic in there. Just did a full automatic transmission flush, thanks to the videos on PowerstrokeHelp.com's website. Full flush including the torque converter. And let's go over a few details of what Super Crunchy actually is. Alright, here's Super Crunchy. Four-wheel drive, F-250, 373 gears. Run a 285 75 16 tire. Running at, I don't know if you can see the size. 285 75 16 tire. Hercules Terra Track. More of a highway tread, so there's not a whole lot of rolling resistance with knobbies on there. 65 pounds air pressure. 373 gears, limited slip differential in the rear. 4-door crew cab, short box. There's the top of the cab. Previous owner had spun it around and smacked the utility pole with the cab. Got most of it, or a lot of it, bent back out. I'll keep working on it. Overall, the truck's in good mechanical shape as far as I know. I'm learning everything about 7.3s from internet, YouTube, reading, talking to people that have them. You always got to be careful talking to other people that have them, though. What kind of people are they? Are they just making up lies to make themselves look good, sound good? Alright. Super Crunchy. When I bought it, it had just over 223,000 miles on it. Currently sits at 223,481. I got 310 miles on this tank of fuel. My low fuel light just came on this morning. I wanted to get the best accurate fuel measurement I could. Now also on this truck, it is Montana, it is wintertime, so I think this is a really fair and good overall review of fuel mileage and what this Archoil will or will not do. I run with my hubs in the locked position all the time, each day, every day through the winter. That way all I have to do is move the dial on the dash to engage four-wheel drive. I'm just not a believer in automatic hubs. So this thing runs down the road with the front axle engaged all the time, so that'll be a good check for fuel mileage. My average speed in town is 35 to 40 miles an hour, and my highway and interstates runs from 60 miles an hour where I take my kids out to school up to 80 miles an hour, which is the speed on our interstate. So I run 60 to 80 miles an hour on the interstate and 30 to 40 miles an hour in town every single day. So this fuel economy measurement will be a combined fuel economy of both city and interstate driving with Super Crunchy. I've got the bottle of Archoil. Now the email from Bill Hewitt said this is a 1-ounce bottle, divide it in half for 2 tanks of fuel. And so I'm going to head to the fuel station. I'm going to put in half an ounce of Archoil, and then I'm going to fill it up. Thankfully, diesel's only $1.88 a gallon right now. Man, loving this. January 2016, $1.88. Problem is, I work for the refinery, and when fuel prices are low, we don't make money. When we don't make money, I don't make as much money. So that's a bad thing. Anyway, let's go to the fuel station and fill this up and see what kind of mileage we're getting with just no Archoil. It's been running the House fuel system treatment for longer than before I got it, and the tank that I put in, and I put the House in also. So we're going to do a House versus Archoil. Let's go. Now Super Crunchy does start good even on cold days. I do keep the block heater plugged in on it every single night. The other day at work I had forgotten my cord, and it was 13 degrees all day long with the snow and the wind blowing, and when I went out there I had to cycle the glow plugs about 3 or 4 times in a couple of attempts to get it to start, but it did start. And when it finally started up, it did the kind of growly ruff, ruff about 3 times and then smooth right out. So maybe Archoil will help that out too. But I believe this is going to be a real fair representation of if this stuff does anything at all, because it's a used truck, 223,000 miles on it. It's had hows ran through it most of its life, if not all of its life, especially with this low sulfur diesel stuff. And man, I'm excited to see the results, no matter what they are. This is going to be great. We're at the gas station here, 189.9 for diesel. Just want to show you how this thing sounds when it first starts up. To me, it sounds like a normal diesel. Let's see if Archoil changes that too. Might have to get some of the oil additive just to try it out. Let's fill it up. Okay, we got the bottle of Archoil. 15 milliliter spot marked on the side there. We're going to go ahead and put this in. Okay, exactly 15 milliliters in the tank. Fill it up. Looks like I got here just in time too. There's the fuel truck to fill the tanks to stir up all the yuck at the bottom. Never ever fill up after a tanker truck has filled the tanks. Oops. Something to note, when I went and grabbed this thing, this whole top of this fuel nozzle was filled up with snow. That's water in your tank. There we are. 24 gallons in a 23-gallon tank. 4570. Let's go calculate the mileage. 24 gallons, just over 311 miles. Comes right out to about 13 miles a gallon. Which, you know, I don't consider that too bad on a big, heavy truck. Like I said, this is a good all-around fuel economy. It runs in two-wheel drive with the front axle engaged and the drive shaft spinning, just not engaged on the transfer case. It runs in four-wheel drive on these snowy, slippery roads. I'm running anywhere between 35 miles an hour and 80 miles an hour every single day. So 13 miles a gallon. Let's see what Archoil does. Here we are, first take Archoil. Reset this. I'll keep you updated. Well, I've got one tank of the Archoil ran through now. It's 10 after 5 in the morning on January 25th. 32 degrees with the wind blowing, and it's a little chilly right now. I'm gonna put the second tank of Archoil in the truck. Diesel fuel is down to $1.79 right now. Let's calculate some mileage. There it is, last of the bottle. Second tank for the Archoil. Whew, had to get back in the truck. It's chilly. Like I said, this is the second tank of the Archoil. Had one ran through. Showing 346 miles on the odometer, and you saw me reset it earlier when I filled up with the first tank. I am at the same gas station on the same pump, so there's no inconsistencies there. This is a Conoco station, fill up 66 station. Like I said, diesel's at $1.79 a gallon right now. So we'll get this thing filled up and calculate some mileage. Okay, there we are, almost the same amount of fuel as last time, 24.4 gallons, $44 to fill up, 346 miles on this tank on 24 gallons. That puts it right at like 14.1 mile a gallon. So with zero changes in driving style areas I'm driving, anything like that. You know, not much of a difference. The last one was like 12.99 or 12.95 to 14.1. So that's, you know, 1 mile a gallon difference. Not enough for a change for me yet, but this is the second tank, and see if it does any better. We'll report back on the next tank. Just wanted to show you the odometer is reset. That way there's no discrepancies. Second tank of the Archoils ran through. Not really noticing much of any difference, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and fill up now with my third tank. No Archoil, just going back to straight regular diesel fuel with the House supplement. So I'll let you know. Okay, the second tank of the Archoil, 254 miles on 17.2 gallons. I didn't let it run as low this time because we are heading out of town on about a 300-400 mile trip, so I needed to fill it up and get going. But still, this was about 3/4 of a tank, the 17.3 gallons, 17.2 gallons. And hand calculating it out comes out to about 14.76. So the fuel mileage initially started out about 13. The first tank was 14. The second tank was 14.76. So yes, it is going up a little bit, but I would hope to see either a little bit more from that for the offsetting the cost of the product itself. I have not noticed any smoother idling, no easier starts in the cold weather. I mean, this thing starts really good in the cold weather in the first place. 24 degrees outside the other day, and I left it unplugged overnight, and it fired right up without even just warming up the glow plugs one time, started right up. To be fair, I never had any issues with the truck before I started this. So there was I wasn't trying to fix anything. I was just trying to see if I could notice any improvement, either in the sound of the engine, the way it runs, power, response, torque, anything like this, fuel mileage. And honestly, I really haven't noticed much of anything except like we've seen here in the way of fuel mileage. It's gone from 13 to 14.76, which if you're driving a lot, you know what, maybe that's enough of a difference for you. For me, you know, I don't know. It's got to offset the cost, and I need to do some more studying on the Archoil. How is it for lubricity in the engine with this ultra low sulfur diesel stuff? If it does not add lubricity and I still need to add a product for that, you know, then it just starts to add up with this additive and that additive. So for my review, I have noticed a little bit from Archoil, but not enough to make me a solid sold believer. I will try the oil additive, the friction modifier, just to see what that does when I change my oil, including the high pressure oil pump. Hopefully that will make more of a difference. So it's up to you. If that's worth it to you, give it a shot, buy the product and run it and enjoy it. Thank you, Bill Hewitt, for allowing me the opportunity to do this challenge and providing me with the free sample for it. I hope this review helps some people. So again, this is my truck. It's got 224,082 miles on it now. I started this with a little over 223,000 miles. So wherever you're at, decide for yourself. Not really worth it for me, but it might be worth it for you. Enjoy your trucks. Drive your trucks. God bless you. Have a great day.